Hey everyone. There we go. Got it. No pointing. I will point wherever I wish to point. Alright. I gotta make that point clear here. Alright, so this is the Great Ace Attorney. I have been psyched to play this for an extremely long time. And all I've been thinking about... Just adjust some other audio here. All I've been thinking about all week is this freaking game. Like, actually, it's not even just this far back. Like, during Pros Vitalis when I was in studio, I literally just kept thinking about this game. All I wanted to do was play this game. Not that Pros Vitalis was, you know, not exciting or anything. It was just more like, oh my god, I really want to play this game. But this has to happen too. So anyway, yeah, this is Great Ace Attorney. I'm going to make a couple little changes here. I do want the vibration. Subtitles are going to be on, of course. Text skip I'm going to keep on. Text box transparency. You know what? I would love... Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so do that. We're gonna leave... Actually, I'm going to have the English voices. I was thinking about putting on the Japanese ones, but I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't. Let me just readjust myself just a tiny little bit.
Objection!
Garby, thank you so much for the... Why is it not showing the text there? For the 20 months, is it not showing the text? I'll have to take a look at that a little bit later. Is it actually working there? Let me double check something here. Excuse me for one sec. Let me just quickly double check that that's actually supposed to be working. Naturally, I thought this was all working before I set up for stream, but we all know that computers are awful. You know what? I might have to just live with them for now, because I don't really want to mess with a few things. Yeah, I'm trying to get 1,000 followers, so if I get 1,000 followers, by the end of this year, I will play the Harvey Birdman game. I don't know if it's going to be on Wii or whatever, but I have watched a bit of a couple of clips from it, and it looks like one of those ridiculous Saturday night streams that I'd be happy to make happen sometime. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, we're not doing story mode. To hell with that. Okay, so we're going to have English language. And then we're going to start this game. So let's do this. We also have Resolve and Adventures. Perfect. So we'll select the new game here. And we'll see what happens.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors,
yes.
a push for
Meiji era
cultural
Japan
transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation.
Let me know if the volume is not high enough for y'all.
The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some were swept away.
Meiji era Japan is really fascinating to read about, by the way. Yeah, what a shocker. There's been a murder.
Of that era was just the beginning.
There has been a murder.
Story.
New stream theme? Yep. It's way more than just that. There's literally, like, everything's been changed. Bienvenue à la Carnival. Okay, so apparently this is in French now. Antechamber, okay. So one of the things about Meiji era Japan um, is that when Japan, what was it? When Japan like opened up, like used to be a closed nation, like the only nation that Japan would interact with um, was actually, believe it or not, the Dutch. So like there was like this concept of Dutch studies and everything like that. So like if you ever drink a beer from Japan, it's very Dutch in terms of its style, and there's a reason for that. But when the Americans came in, the Japanese were just kind of like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be like this because we're probably going to get trounced like these other countries that were colonized and so forth. So Japan decided to adopt a constitution, the Meiji Constitution, that was Western, so to speak, and it was modeled largely on the American Constitution with some give or take. I'm not the most versed person to speak about this topic, but like this point of Japan from like 1860 onward, yeah, Commodore Perry, 1860s onward till about well, basically post World War II, where they were largely under the same constitution. So like you saw the concept is uh, like the samurai class and all that were gone at this point. But yeah, it's like a super fascinating part of Japanese history, and just the fact that you get to see this play out alongside Victorian England is really, really, really like really draws me in. Yeah, the Civil War was like super convenient to the Empire of Japan. Oh, that's too bad. God, it's so freaking drafty in this room, let me tell you. Japanese law is not like American law, by the way, or any Western law. Like, how much of this game I've seen? Probably about 60%. So I'm going to ask that nobody drops anything in chat big time on this one, just because I don't want you to be my my memory. So just treat it as if I'm playing it blindly. I don't think this game is really went overboard with terms of like how its graphics worked and all that. Like I wouldn't say that it adopted a 3D engine, but it certainly adopted an engine far superior to even Ace Attorney 6 from what I understand. But this game originally was on the 3DS, but then it was translated into English and re-released on all sorts of consoles. It's definitely like it's definitely a different game from the other Ace Attorney games, but it still retains a lot of the theming. Oh, is that right? Okay. So Kazuma is definitely our Mia Fey for this game. That's one thing I will say right off the bat. Like the game makes it apparent even before we get too far. Like I said, the concept of like Meiji Japan is a super fascinating time. Like you still have like the Zaibatsu and that sort of thing. The Zaibatsu still technically exists, but it's a more complicated topic. How can I put it? The Zaibatsu were a bigger fucking deal at this point in Japanese history than they are today. Maybe that's a better way of me putting it. So you still sort of like have like a peasantry class and that sort of thing, but like World War II really World War II really shook things up in Japan, and it wasn't just the bomb and the Japanese takeover, it literally remade Japanese society. Meiji. Meiji. Earlier it did do Meiji Japan, but it seems to struggle, and I don't know why. Getting from Japan to the to to Britain would have taken approximately what 2 to 3 months at this point in history. That's the incredibly wild thing about this conversation. Like, I could literally hop on a plane tomorrow at 2 p.m. and be in London for 7 a.m. or something like that by the time I land. And that would be a completely foreign concept to the people in this era. But they know about like these other parts of the world. Like, it's possible that Ryunosuke like knows knows the concept of, Canada for that matter. So like, but like just getting across the Pacific would have been an extremely long ordeal. And I do know that this becomes a theme as we go along in this game, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I really love this animation. Oh, we're already on the judge's bad side to start. Right? Like, like that's the same thing. Like if I want to go and fly over to another country, like just grab my credit card from my purse and book a flight. And sure, there's an extra step of doing a COVID-19 test, but hey, you get tested for like a very serious illness before you even board the plane. That's the fact that you can do that. Like the fact that you can do that is what's even more wild. By the way, if you see an anachronism that I don't in this game, please point it out, because I'm really interested in catching them. I am aware of one, and that's it. And I really, really like anachronisms. Ah, yes. So one little thing, Naruhodo, like, this is the name that you would use in any Ace Attorney game. So this is why you don't see Phoenix, right, in this, because the actual name in the Japanese game is Naruhodo. They didn't have any. Jesus Christ, Jeff. Who knows why... The interesting thing about the anime is I actually ended up binge watching it a couple weeks ago, and I know enough Japanese that when I was watching it and I was listening to have conversations, it was really weird to not hear Phoenix's name being said. I'm gonna change something real quick here. If I go here, what's it? Let's check something real quick here. Oh, I guess I can't make that go any faster. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna put it on auto. I'll use the auto mode every once in a while. Obviously, I don't want it to go... This is a little bit easier to get through, because, like, I will tell you this, having to keep hitting A as we go along is a little rough on my thumb after a while. Peculiarities about today's trial. Uh-oh. Oh boy, it starts. It fucking starts. Yeah, we got some corruption, y'all. Auto mode is really nice to have. I think it's a good quality of life enhancement these games have. Wow. Yep, and murder does carry the death penalty in Japan, so... Alright, let's do this. Supreme Court of Judiciary... Sorry, Judicature. Jesus, that's quite the word they chose there. Judicature. Judicature is such a word. It is in 3D. Look at fucking Kazuma's little headband going. Yeah, close trials are definitely fair, right? So this is we get to deal with the milquetoast prosecutor. The funny thing is about my choice of the use of milquetoast to describe Ouchie here is that I don't think the word milquetoast existed at this point. And I seem to recall, I think the word originates from somewhere in Australia. What a garb. What a garb. Oh, look at Rio. It's just like, what am I in for? Oh yeah, no, Milk Toast's origins is just as bland as it comes. Like, it's literally from just milk and toast. And I'm pretty certain it was originally from Australia. Casper Milk Toast, created by H.T. Webster. But is that person Australian? Sure, why not? Alright, so I've been told to say I do.
Yes!
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm already in for this. It is American. Wow. I thought it was Australian. Egg toast is delicious though. Like, I love French toast. I'm so glad that Ouchie does look like pain.
Objection!
I just love how Ryu's just like, what am I in for? Why am I doing this to myself? Yeah, most people don't make it to the Supreme Court right like that quickly. Like, just look at the lamp on the left. Like, there's just the detail that went into this engine. Like, the lighting is just so cool. Well, okay, so it'll be revealed in a little bit there, Jeff, but this is a closed court for some reason, and I guess they decided to take it to the Supreme Court because of the importance of this murder. Which sets up what happens for the rest of the game, from what I recall. This is also Meiji Japan, and despite the fact that they're Western, like, they Westernized their constitution, it doesn't mean that, like, how can I put it? It's hard to describe this, but it's like, it's not, even though it's modeled on the American Constitution, it is nowhere near as fair. Oh, okay, gotcha. I couldn't remember if you were watching this with me or not. So is this where I get to, like, talk about the history components, I think? Yeah, so you can go here. So, like, you can actually pull all these details here about what's happened. This is, like, is extremely useful, sorry. There we go. So we get to see the core record. It's funny how it doesn't list it as a button on the bottom right. But hey, at this point in history, we at least know what the R button is, okay? So Japan was that advanced. There we go. So we get all these details here. So we get this, we have this, and it's going to be John H. Wilson.
Yes!
Yes! There are cases I do not know the outcome to because I missed a good portion of it, so some of this will be a complete surprise to me. The big thing about this, the English translation, is how it uses British English, which is something I really picked up on watching Author Blues play it. They did. Janet Sue, for example, she's just phenomenal at this. High-class Western restaurant. Let me tell you, if the Japanese think that British food was very good, not no. Yes and no. Like, there was more or less the restoration of the Japanese monarchy, but the Japanese military also like gained a lot of power as well. There's what's this? There's a book I could recommend on reading about Meiji era Japan. If I remember it, I'll mention it in a future stream. So we actually have the Post-Mortem Report, so we can read this here. It was caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. So we have that information in front of us. And Rio is one book I would recommend if you want to learn more about modern Japan, but I don't have a don't know if I have it anymore or not. I might have given it back. Where's even my copy? One thing I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna save let's present this.
Yes!
Wow, I just love how he's trying to read the autopsy, and he's just like, hemorrhage. Just fails to read hemorrhage, but then again, like, it's terminally online disease. Ah, yes, this person died of dying. That is in my report. I just like the idea. The police officer just merely inspects the book just to confirm that, like, just to confirm that the body is dead. That's all they'll do. This body is dead. That's on the police report. Photographic print. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's good. That's good to know, Kara. This is in an era where lots of weird things were considered okay as medicine, too, so... This is so fun. Ooh. Trying to determine if somebody is dead prior to 1880s, I want to say, was actually difficult, and the invention of the stethoscope was how it became became an accepted way to confirm somebody's death. It was like some sort of French prize, and somebody said, like, well, just use this thing and just put it on their chest. Toru Hosonaga. The Carnival. Ah, yes. Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis. Oh, I can never say that word. Tuberculosis? What a mouthful that word is. Yeah, brain death didn't come until, like, mid-1900s. I'm gonna make one slight little change here. One little thing here. Okay, that's a good joke right there. Crockery and cutlery.
Yes!
Oh boy, that's not something you're supposed to... Oh...
Objection!
Yep. Jeez, even I'm paying attention to the instructions here. Yeah, Ryu just really fucked it up here, didn't he? God, he's not going to be alive for much longer, is he? There was no one else around that table. Yeah, how did the... Okay, let's see where this goes. The consumption. The consumption. Let's interject.
Yes! Objection!
This music is good. I love this music. Yeah, you're affected by the consumption, right? So as a result, oh yes, can't wait for this evidence. Yeah, they did. I think the concept of business cards does go that far back, but I might be mistaken. Well, yeah, because it used to be that suitors would actually have business cards to give, you know, potential partners, right? That was a concept that once existed. But I can't wait to go and, like, punch Ouchie in the face. This music is just such... It's just such a banger. Kazuma trusts us, everyone. Oh boy. I don't think we have a choice. If this game wants to proceed forward, I have to trust myself. Hey, wait, Kazuma, are you representing me now? This is so good. Oh dear, Jeff. Oh dear. I love how confident Ouchie is here. Don't read too much into that. Don't read too much into it. All right. We got the John Cleese looking like character. He looks more like John Cleese. And then I have nothing to compare him to. Curio, that's such a clever name. That's a clever name for a curio shop. Oh yeah, Meiji-era Japan is a super fascinating topic. I honestly recommend reading into it. It's really interesting. It's why Japan never got invaded until 1944. Japan went most of its history until the 20th century without having any invaders land on their country successfully. The Mongols got close, but they never got as far as the Americans did. Yeah, I highly Meiji Restoration is like, highly recommend learning about it. Yeah, I heard the sound too. I think I know what that sound is, and we're in for a treat. Alright, let's see where this goes. think I remember this character and why that sound keeps happening. Beefsteak. There you go. So I'm gonna go back on the court record real quick here. Oops, sorry, not that one. The history, which is this button. The history is a new thing for me to press, so I'm like hitting the wrong buttons here. So like, interesting. Okay, let's see where this goes. Wow, bringing a weapon into court? Cannot believe this. Cannot believe this. The metal detectors didn't even detect. Oh, okay, wait a second. Kazuma has a sword. Never mind. Oh, see, guilty as charged. Yeah, that's a reasonable argument there, Jeff. I'd go a little bit one step further. I'd actually argue that police shouldn't be allowed to carry weapons. You just decided to add 2 extra words that I wouldn't. See, we're adding too many words, and then Sailor Doom comes in, and she's just like, I'd argue the police shouldn't.
Yes!
Can I go to the bathroom? What in the name of the Emperor? Oh, Jesus. For the Emperor? Yeah, exactly.
Objection!
That's a very good argument there, Jeff. Police officers generally don't in Canada. They will show up in court with, you know, proper formal, not formal, like businessy attire or whatever. This will be fun. I'm looking forward to this. Finally, I get to play the game. what good animation. A regulation beefsteak.
Yes!
Oh. That pause, that awkward pause. You monster, you eat veal. I have a story about veal in me that's just so ridiculous. God, that sound. Okay, so I'm gonna ask a question here for the meat eaters. Is what he's describing, like, atrocious? Like, would you want, like, okay, would you want to have a steak coated in bread? Is this what this is? Yeah, I'm a vegetarian myself, so it's like, I don't know what the hell this would be. This guy looks like someone who would eat a beef Wellington. That I do know what that is. That's a statement. He's a big beef lover. Let's skip over that line, shall we? Boy, oh boy, is he ever a big beef lover.
Yes!
Thanks, Jeff. Oh, that's... Hoi period was 15th, 14th century? I can't remember. So it might be earlier than that, but I think it's 15th. Anyway. Wait, what? I don't understand what chat's going on about.
Yes!
Who is the, shrimp fried rice? I've heard of that before. I have a question. Where did he sit? Oh, it was 18th century. Jeez. Okay, well, I'm way off on my memory of Japanese eras, I guess. At least Japanese eras don't have names that typically repeat themselves, unlike a certain country to the west of it. How many Qing and Ming dynasties were there in China? Actually, wait, I don't think there was a... Was there a Qing dynasty? There was definitely several Ming dynasties. The only way to remember them was to remember their Han characters. Oh. Hold on a sec. From the back.
Yes!
There we go. Inconsistency. Yes. Alright, Kazuma, come to the rescue. Come to the rescue for me, please. Or am I gonna have to point the bullet hole on the front of my chest? Or sorry, on the victim's chest. I better not have a bullet hole in the front of my chest, that's for sure. Alright, Kazuma, thank you. Thank you for stepping in. God, this is such a good track.
Yes!
Come on, Ryu, you can say it. Come on. Thank you, Kazuma. Right. Hey, look at that, he grew another head. Yeah, you put that head back in there. Oh no, the head. The head has appeared. You're absurd. Oh, someone's been told. Oh, look at that. I got myself an achievement. Got myself a Chivo. I appreciate that the game on the Switch has its own achievements.
Yes!
Shove that baby back into its carrier. I'm certain that's good for its neck. I know, right? Everyone should dunk on pain. Or ouchie in this case. Ouchie, rather. Wow, that must hurt. That had to have hurt. Yeah, he didn't mind somebody dying. To be fair, actually no, like, because, like, if you didn't know the concept of a gun, you would be startled by it, right? So, like, because, like, an easy example would be, like, birds. If you go take a gun and you shoot it into the air, the birds around you are gonna fly off, right? So, the fact that he didn't get spooked by it is just rather impressive. Well, he could be, like, partially deaf. Or partially dead, apparently. Partially dead. Partially. My god, it just... Partially. Partially? Wow, I guess my accent is throwing off web captioner today. His brain is made of parsley. Ooh, round 2 of the testimony. That parody parsing partially parsley. Parity parsing partially parsing. Parody parsing partially parsley. Oh god, this thing just sucks. I know web captioner really tries, but oh my god, is it never suffering? Oh, what was that? Oh, there we go. Don't know what that was all about. Neso Nosa. Oh, yeah, that's a good... Yeah, that's a good pun. But Korikuda... Well, okay, so Korikuda... His name is... Like, hold on a sec here. Let me just pull up his name here. So it should be one of the people... Yeah, so here you go. Curio. That's his name. So Curio as in Curio. So Curio. Korikuda. Korikuda. I'm wondering if they actually used the word, like, what's the word kuda mean in Japanese? Not puda. Jesus Christ, no. Kuda. What does it mean again? Korikuda. Correct? Korikuda? I don't know. I don't buy it. Korikuda doesn't sound like... Sounds like corrector? Curio corrector. I could buy that. I could buy that, that suggestion. Collector. Oh, right. Yep, that's right. That makes perfect sense. I agree with that. That's a perfect name. That's incorrect. Rather, we know that's incorrect, but we haven't been given the proof of that being incorrect. So that's a clever name, a curio collector. That's basically his name.
Yes!
I didn't do anything. I think I know who the woman is, too.
Objection!
Hey, I have a question. I have a question. Okay. If photographs never lie, nobody's ever doctored a photograph. So we have 2 photos now, right? I'm very interested in knowing more about that stake. Maybe it's a giant mirror that was put in the middle of the table, and he saw himself in the reflection. That's a reference back to Ace Attorney 3, by the way. There's no room for doubt, everyone. There's just no possibility of this being anything other than this story. There's just no other evidence, right? Alright, here we go, Kazuma to the rescue. Unbending at times. Listen, rules exist for a reason. I like rules. Not really. Rules kind of suck sometimes. Rules apply when they need to be applied.
Yes!
Precisely. If they're my rules, they're great. If they're not my rules, I don't want anything to do with them. I don't think anyone could tell if you blinked. Yeah, blinking is the same as firing a weapon. That is precisely the case. If you blink, it means you shot the gun, right? What a bullshit argument this is, but what do you expect from Ouchie? It's got a pinwheel. Let's see here.
Yes!
Babies are generally cute. I like babies. What the hell is the Pinwheel TV show? Like, what the hell is a Pinwheel TV show? I've never heard of this in my life. Like, that is a strange title. Yeah, I'm definitely not familiar with that show, Jeff. 1979? Oh, okay. How old do you think I am, Jeff? Let's think carefully about your answer there, friend. That's fair. No, I don't recall that at all. Like, I was born in 1984, so anything that's like probably 1989 onward, I might be able to say yes, I remember it.
Yes! Objection!
That's fair. If I ever did manage to watch it, it might have been like on PBS or something like that, which I did get which I did have as a kid. But like, if I asked you as a counterpoint, if you knew what Mr. Dress Up was, you probably might not have an answer to that, maybe? Mr. Dress Up was the shit as a kid, let me tell you. I loved Mr. Dress Up. Oh, just the evidence is now finally appearing. Auto clinic. That's a reference. You assumed Fox Girls were eternal? Let me tell you. Presume whatever you'd like. Yeah, we're gonna add this into the court record. We want to know more about his medical appointment at the clinic where people's faces are reconstructed.
Yes!
I just love how he does this. Can I, like, go to the bathroom, please? Oh yeah, there was that problem that came up recently. I'm supportive of freeing the nine-tailed kitsune. No fox
Objection!
should ever be imprisoned. Especially in stone. Ouchie's like, fuck these rights. These kids think they have it all easy these days. Back in my day, we accepted these dark courts where people would just mysteriously disappear. Oh, I know they exist in the United States. Oh boy, do I ever. Especially in the military.
Yes!
It wasn't that uncommon in 1880s Japan. Like, if you really want to see, like, I don't like recommending this, but if you want to see, like, an interesting dramatization of the period between, like, the period around the start of Meiji Japan, just watch Rurouni Kenshin. It's not a series I particularly like anymore for a vast number of reasons, but it does sort of provide a fairly it's fictional, but like it provides like an idea of what it was like then. It's not something I recommend watching entirely, but if you want to get a feel for the time, it's not that far off in terms of like the stories being told. But the creator of the series is a complete jackass, so that's why I say that with a bit of hesitation. Yeah, it's kind of shitty that like there's a lot of work out there that's like impossible to consume without realizing that the creator is a complete asshole.
Yes!
love how they're just like looking away from each other. Hmm. I can imagine his voice. It's like it's sort of like a witchy sort of sound. Like if you've watched the Slayers and you hear what's her face? What was her name? The big bappy one. Um, what was her name? Yaga. Why am I forgetting her name? It was Lena's, like, arch rival, too. But anyway, the laugh that she'd make in the show is literally what I'm hearing when Ouchie does his little sound. Ooh, do I get to play the new mechanic? I just love it. It's like, yeah, he knows how would that sound? It's like, look at those buttons right there, or sorry, those letters. It's like, how would you say those? Ooh, we get to do three-dimensional? Ooh, boy. This might be a bit much for my brain. Can't do that yet. Can I do it now? Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Okay, got it. Well, at least we're past the era of bloodletting. Yeah, I'd be impressed if I only got one cold in my whole lifetime. What? We're violating some health laws here, but I guess this is 1880s Japan, so they probably don't exist yet. He had a tooth removed, yes. And then he immediately went to eat steak. What a guy. What a guy. I've heard of this anesthesia. Oh boy, let me tell you, Japan, you're getting it off easy. The 1880s were full of that stuff. I actually might remember Eureka's castle there, RBW. Oh my god. Okay, so... what time did it say? On the day of the murder, the victim had gone... What time did it say that again? Let's see if we can get through all this here. So, it doesn't give you a time. I wonder if there's a way for me to skip over this text if I play it again. I don't want to necessarily do this, but... I'm quite afraid of accidentally doing something I regret later, so maybe I'll just be a little bit careful here. Visual search of the premises at the time for the only personnel present. Visual search of the premises confirmed the only personnel present. The dining all by himself. Yeah, it is. It's actually really, really useful because you can go right through here. But you only go so far back, which that's fair.
Yes!
God, stop raising your fucking hand. Jeff, I have to imagine that must have been extremely terrifying, but I also don't think that you actually pointed your hand forward, did you? Like, what am I doing? I'm slapping the table. This table can hold so many hands.
Objection!
Usually you should not put your foot in your mouth. It's usually meant for air, water, liquid, like, you know, liquids like water, food. occasionally other things, but not your foot. 27 cups of coffee. That seems a little messed up there. Pale-faced. Hada Clinic is just a dental clinic. Amazing. There's Hada Clinic and Hodi Clinic. You do not want to eat when you're under, like, barbiturates or anything like that. I definitely know that from experience. How would you eat half a steak if you had a tooth extracted earlier in the day? Like, I've had teeth extracted and, you know, I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, and you're sure as fuck I'm not going to try and eat. And I can't imagine in the 1880s the ability to eat a steak. Like, maybe today, possibly, it wouldn't be very comfortable, and you probably would be, like, chewing on Tylenol as you do so. But in the 1880s, like, sure, heroin is easily accessible, but I think the heroin will make it impossible for you to eat a steak. At least that's my thought on the matter.
Objection!
Oh yeah, aspirin. Oh, I see. That explains everything.
Objection!
The music is just such a fucking banger. Time for a turnabout. Time for the mystery lady, right? Ah, yes. Now we're getting into the Ace Attorney themes. Hmm. So it couldn't have been the victim himself, because we've already kind of made that argument. Like... Hey, hold on a second here. Okay, let's think about this clearly for a moment here. So, the victim was sitting in that chair, right? And he slumped over and he's been shot in the front, right? So, that stake that's appearing in that photo would be, like, God, it sucks because I'm trying to point at my screen and none of you can see what I'm doing here. But basically, like, just below it, there's another seat. That would be mine. Yeah, no, I just look at it, like, as soon as I started pointing, it's like, it's right here, and then it's like, Carrie, you dummy. No one's gonna see you pointing at your own display. Yeah, why is he a police officer? Undercover police officer. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of things here. Do we get anything here? Yeah, this is my proof. So Wilson is sitting here, and this is how he died, right? That ain't his stake. It's mine.
Yes! Objection!
Fuck off. That's not the... I don't know. Unknown third party.
Objection! Yes!
Why is this his table? I don't understand this. Anyway. Maybe I'm, like, over-examining the photo. I thought it was clever that it was my stake that the photo's being taken. Sorry, the photo's showing my stake, but apparently that's not the case. At least I didn't get, like, dinged on, you know... Like, at least I didn't get dinged a penalty point or something like that. Just brandish a sword in court. Yeah, that's true. I should be a little bit more lenient with myself in this case and just kind of go with the flow. Hey, perjury! Right in the tutorial, we get to talk about perjury. I'm so proud of this game. The tactical meeting. Hello. Jeff, I don't like where this is going, and yet I think I know where it's going. Oh, shit. Jeff, you've had such a storied career.
Objection!
How could this happen? I'm not even remotely aware of these false statements. Oh my god, Jeff, that's like a fucking ballsy move right there. I'll be right back, just one sec here. Sorry about that. I had a package delivered. I got myself some new studio lights today, so yay, new lights. It'll look a little bit less awkward when I broadcast, I guess. I think the judge is in cahoots, if I remember correctly. I shouldn't be speculating, sorry. We know now. We have the evidence. It's a fucking business card. Ah, so he's a Shinto practitioner, I guess. This guy right here.
Yes!
Because he's a cop. He is straight up a police officer.
Objection!
Dun dun dun. What a twist. What a freaking twist. Isn't it the front of the card that's the interest? Like, the front of the card is what's important, not the back of the card. Thank you! Oh my god. Has the Imperial seal on it. Or rather the... What do you call that seal? Japan has a term for it. Maybe it is the Imperial seal. What a really, like, lousy cop to, like, use the back of his police business card to make, like, this piece of evidence. One on the business card. Yeah, but he was undercover, supposedly. But that's also a point. When you write in the notebook, there's a record. Hey, this is the wrong music. God, I'm so annoyed that he looked behind the card. This is not Gumshoe, okay? Gumshoe is the one with the terrible salary. I like how everyone's on the stand at the moment. Oh boy. I don't know how they would have, what sort of honorisms they would have used in Meiji Japan, but Your Excellency is probably not too far off, considering the translation. Not in all levels of court there, GD. I'm pretty certain you can't do that in provincial court. Like, I'm pretty certain you just say honor. Take it that client didn't see the light of day after all that. Yeah, this is the first admission of witness tampering. Special orders. Oh boy. Can't believe we're dealing with international relations today. All these ellipses. If I were a judge, I wouldn't give a shit. I would just hit only time I ever get pissed off at people when it comes to, like, respect, Giselle Brett, is when people talk over me, and that will make me incredibly cross with you. If you want to make me your enemy, just talk over me. Then you'll learn how much of a sharp tongue I have. Otherwise, I actually don't get too upset about things because it's more or less like I demand a level of respect in my direction, and then talking over me is like the easy way to get me like absolutely cross with you. Yeah, exactly. You don't do that to a judge. I imagine that's definitely going to get you a death sentence, even if it's petty crime. They'll be like, you know what, we're going to send you to the gallows.
Objection!
Wow, I like this judge. He's literally like, fuck the government. I know you don't have gallows. He may not be alive by the time we get to the second part of this trial, but that's okay. I just love how that Y is just extended. When did we get lung transplants? The 40s? Okay, I'm gonna... I actually stepped away to grab something from the front door, but I do want to take a little break. Maybe about 5 minutes, and then I'll be right back.